Ruto has taught us the hard way. Right now, we will interrogate issues deeper. Si ati mtu akienda kanisani aanze kulia, we're giving him sympathy votes. Tutatenda. Ruto promised us sucrose and delivered sand. Oh, the first 90 days, sijui 100 days, I will do this. Haukwa, makawa, ya Ruto, ni uongo, na yawezi je, ni ya serikali ya UDA. For 2.5 years, Ruto's regime has denied us justice. They have denied us equality or equity and the rule of law. Nothing. Absolutely nothing is working. The state under Ruto has gone staggeringly contemptuous. We are no longer even a pseudo-democracy. We are a mockery, a theater of the absurd, a tragicomedy. Maverick elected to be clay, a party in the hands of Kalenjin mafia, to be used and misused. So now that she's being abused, she should not cry to us. But you thought, on an issue that is very close to my heart, abductions. And this is one discourse I'm very passionate, very unequivocal about, because I've been a victim. Let's start by asking a simple question, dear Kenyans. Who is being abducted or killed? It's the critics of the ruling class, who happen to be majorly the young people of this nation. The following question, or this question thus follows: why are they being abducted? Why are we excoriating? Why are we lambasting? Why are we vilifying the ruling class? I do not want to call them leaders, because it will be a gargantuan affront to that term, leader. These are not leaders. That is why I'm calling them the ruling class. Why are we crucifying them, this ruling class? Again, the answer is so simple. Because as the youth of this nation, we are aggrieved profoundly. We are aggrieved in ways words cannot suffice. And for some reason, those who tend to speak subtly, those who tend to speak, moderately, are not heard by the state. Ruto's regime, my dear friends, is innately fiendish. They are inherently iniquitous. They only hear. And they only hear when you draw caricatures. They only hear when you protest, when you draw cartoons, when you brew tea like Aoko does, or when you put them in caskets and coffins. Please note that I use the word they hear. They do not listen. Because you hear to react, but you listen to respond. Response is a consequence of sitting down and analyzing the situation at hand. Watoto, hii kitu wanafanya kwa nini? And how should we respond? But reaction comes from impulse. When you are a fool, because that is what fools do. Take, for instance, the contentious Finance Bill 2024. They wanted to smuggle it because they wrongly adjudged that we are illiterate, we are apolitical, we don't know politics, we will not read it, So they believed that we will not notice this stark fiscal injustice. Wow. We read it. Not only did we read it, we understood it. And then we were like, nah, apana. We repudiated this document in its entirety. And then we tried to pass that message to them. Iki tu hatuitaki. We made tweets. We made videos. I saw this casket thing was absolutely nowhere in the picture. We tweeted, we tagged them, held spaces, we made videos, we spoke to them, we even lent our voices on mainstream media. Guess what? Akina Osoro, that arrogant wash will tell us, oh, we will not even change a comma. Tutaipitisha hivyo hivyo. Akina Cheriot told us he's never met anyone wiser than Ruto. And that bill will transform Kenya, help us pay debts, blah, blah, blah. According to hornbills like him, Ruto is the alpha and omega of wisdom, only rivaled by God. He monopolizes knowledge and it will amount to an abomination. An abomination if you dare question Ruto. This is the kind of Mtuwetu syndrome that in fact tukiwa just requires a ravi. In fact, I wanted to use decorum on this platform, but I would today want to ask Cheruiyot, because Ruto monopolized wisdom. Akimwambia leo leta bibi yako pale Weston, atachukua peleke, because he's the alpha and omega of wisdom. Kimani Chungwa told us we can go screw ourselves. That bill will pass whether we kithne, whether we ndekne, that bill will pass. It is that hubris, that haughtiness, that arrogance, that conceit that took us to the streets. Because they blatantly refused to listen to us. They blatantly refused to dialogue. We had to go rogue to catch their attention. Then, now that we went rogue, what was their reaction? Splattering our brains on the pavements. So by the time they were calling us for dialogue, the milk was far spilled and the cat had drunk it. So to spite us, they brought in a dinosaur and his cabal of thieves to lick our blood. What these tone-deaf thieves failed to understand that hii kitu haikuanza na hii sijui finance bill. When Ruto was campaigning, and oh my God, there is one of the things that I regret to the depths of my soul, that it and gnaws to my very essence and existence, is that I campaigned for Ruto. I was a fool. For once, let me admit, I was an idiot. But I was also ignorant. And our ignorance is to gain knowledge. You learn. And sometimes in life, you learn the hard way. And Ruto has taught us the hard way. Right now, we will interrogate issues deeper. Si ati mtu akienda kanisani aanze kulia, we're giving him sympathy votes. Tutatenda. Ruto promised us sucrose and delivered sand. Oh, the first 90 days, sijui 100 days, I will do this. Haukwa, makawa, ya Ruto, ni uongo, na yawezi je, ni ya serikali ya UDA. For 2.5 years, Ruto's regime has denied us justice. They have denied us equality or equity from whatever angle, semantics, potato, and the rule of law. Nothing, absolutely nothing is working. Everything that was working has been dismantled. And now, what we have are new, cash cow schemes. That is what I would call them. Cash cow schemes, which are being forced down our throats. In Luo, I don't know, everyone, we appreciate our different cultures. But in Luo, when a kid refused to take his meals, we used to call it cargo. You force that uji down that kid's throat. That is what Ruto is doing to us with his, fake administration. And NHIF was working. It wasn't perfect, but it served its purpose. Education was affordable to our parents because it was capitated. Mwe mzazi unalipa hii mpaka hapa. Hiyo ingine serikali italipa. Unachukua uniform, vitabu, nini na fee maybe hii. Hiyo ingine serikali na top up. Right now, parents are catering for every freaking cent. Mara sijui anataka kuuza airport, mara the energy sector, and anataka kuziuza to the most corrupt cow worshipper in the entire Asia. If you go to higher learning, is this fuckery that they are calling new funding model. Yani, these people are bringing policies that tax the hell out of us just so their kids can buy 50 million Ganyas. You see, when a people are continuously denied justice, they get aggrieved. I mean, that's the logical thing that will happen. And what follows is display rather of agitation. If you are aggrieved, you're going to display that you are aggrieved. Right now, what they are doing painfully is that they are trying to circumvent facts. They are trying to circumvent their failure through violence and through using affordable bloggers, who are just nothing but a bunch of clickbait nitwits, to chorus their lies and sanctify their incompetence. Sasa Ruto, reaction yake is that husband wenye bibi akifura anampiga, anavunja ndoa. Badala aone shida iko wapi. Why are we putting him in caskets? Why are we aggrieved? Why are we angry? Why are we wishing him death? Anatupiga, to threaten, anatuua.
Thanks for watching. This is Sophia Live.